Welcome to Afroqast, guys. I'm your host, CJ King. Welcome to Afroqast Studios. Today, I have a beautiful friend of mine. It hasn't been a long time since I've known her, but we have talked for a while. I feel like we became friends. Would you agree?
We're friends. Yeah, definitely. We have.
She's an author. She's I like to call her a CEO because she's the main person for some sort of organization we will talk about. But her book is Undefeated Woman, which is a really, really good book. For those who haven't got a chance to get it, you should go on Amazon. It's there for $16. Supports. And if you want to buy for me $40, I'll sell it. But but no, you go on Amazon, and she'll give us more information about it. Her name is Desange, and she's a beautiful young African woman who are going around making change for herself and her community. And I've done one project with her, but I thought it was gonna be a good idea to have her back, so people getting good to know the woman behind the book. It's not just enough for you to read the book or to just watch little clips on TikTok or Instagram. So, Desange, welcome.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much for having me. It's a pleasure to be here today. My name is Desange. I'm the founder and executive director of Undefeated.
Okay.
Originally from Congo, raised Uganda. I came here in my preteens. So that's a little bit about myself.
Well, when Americans say preteens, as Africans, I have no idea what's that. What does that mean?
I came here when I was 13, 12, around there.
Oh, so we all came here as a preteens. Mm-hmm. Okay. How are you?
I'm good. Can't complain. Grateful for another beautiful day.
Okay.
Yeah.
And welcome to Texas, by the way. You're not from Texas.
No. From Utah.
Yeah. So I'm glad you're in Texas because, as you know, Texas is the best state in America.
That's very, very arguable on many levels, but I'll let you have it since we are in Fort Worth.
Yes, we are in Fort Worth, one of the best cities to live in. How's the weather compared to Utah?
Oh, you guys have better weather than us for sure.
Okay.
So, but we have beautiful mountains, hikes.
Sure.
We have so many things.
Well, what about the food over here?
The food over here, I'll give that to you guys because you guys are very different and have a lot of different restaurants from different countries. Compared to us, Utah, I think we're just starting to tap into that.
Yeah,
so.
I think Utah's majority, if you take off the African immigrants, majority just white. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so you just got, what is white people's food? What? Peanut butter and jelly?
Oh my goodness. Don't let them hear you.
I'm just playing. Anyway, I just want a chance to get to know you, right? Mm-hmm. I read your book. The introduction got me. When I think about my life story, it started with war, us running. Mm-hmm. But I can't tell you what happened, which war, which year, because I was that young.
Yeah.
But reading about your story, introduction, I was like, okay, so this group and this group and this happened and this happened. I was like, when I was reading, I was like, oh my God, she's telling my story, Yeah. If I didn't know better, I'd be like, you copy me, So tell people a little bit about your book.
So,
and your story, by the way.
Undefeated Woman, it was originally inspired when I came to America. Since I was little, education was a big, big thing for me. I knew education was a key out of poverty for myself, and education has opened a lot of doors for me. And I remember, we went into foster care. So I started in foster care and living with different people. And I just remember kids here now wanting to go to school. And I just wanted to read it, to dedicate it to these kids, to see how blessed and lucky they are. And I started this in 8th grade. But as I went throughout middle school, high school, my reading changed, and it ended up becoming my therapy, healing, actually facing what happened, and actually looking how far the journey has been. And I'm grateful for it. I share a lot of experiences as an African girl growing up in an African home, how that looks like, and like deciding to take my own journey, my own path. And yeah, it's all in there and ending up to be like, I want to give back.
To the community.
Yeah, to the community and going back actually home where people who have supported and helped me. And yeah, and I just I enjoy the work. I enjoyed writing it. It was hard. Some parts for sure was hard looking back, but I'm grateful I was able to do it.
Okay. Yeah, one of the things that I loved was the way you acknowledge the people that helped you when you got to the refugee camp. You know, some of us, once we cross on this side of the world, we tend to forget those who helped us. You know, we each one of us, except me, I grew up only with my mom. You know, and not having a man figure in my life. There's a lot of young men at the time. They were not even married. They didn't have kids, but they stood up and helped me become the man. When I look back, I'm like, man, how I wouldn't even figure these things up if it wasn't for these people. Why did you think it's important to remember those who helped us along the way?
Oh, that's for me so important. I always say, give credit where it's due and also give flowers. I understand we have people who come in our lives that those are seasons.
Can you pull the mic close to you?
Okay.
Sorry.
No, you get. I understand there are people in our lives that are seasoned and there are people in our lives that come to teach us something. And for me, looking back, first foremost, let's acknowledge God. I'm grateful to God who has stood by me through thick and thin and has not left my side, and also using those people to help me. Those are the people who stepped in when no one else could. Those people who saw us no one else could. I think for me, giving them their flowers was very important, their kindness, their support along the way. They did not have to be there, but they chose to be there.
They chose to be there.
Yeah, and the kindness now rarely we barely even see in our own families or even in our own community. So when you find a completely stranger stepping up for you and supporting you and believing in you, not even knowing you, not even knowing your roots, not even knowing where you come from, it's very important. And they have inspired me to even give back to the community and help others, even if I don't know you, to just step in and help and support.
Okay. Well, I look forward for you to help me. So because I need help too. Yeah. Refugee camp. All right. When people talk about refugee camp who have never been the refugees, they think is this. I don't know what I want to say. It's like they think it's this just random place. They don't know people actually live that life. That's why when I watch a movie and I'm like, why did they even make it like this? This is not real life. You know, some of us we actually grew up, because me, I'm not afraid to tell people or ashamed to tell people I grew up in a refugee camp.
Yeah.
You know,
That's a part of your story.
it's part of my story.
Yeah.
You know, and a lot of people I know still live the same life. How do you think our refugee camp life shaped us?
I would say I think right now I can say I have lived the poverty life and the middle class life. I'm still trying to get where I need to go. I would say it really prepared us here, and looking back, I think it prepared us to see the good and to be grateful what life really has to offer, and to take every opportunity that comes our way and stand by it and work hard. And I think the opportunities we have here are not the same opportunities we had in the refugee camp. We rarely had opportunities back there.
That's true.
I think if you have the opportunity to go to school, please do it. Like, I understand school is not for everyone, but if you have the opportunity, please do it.
Yeah.
Like, find a way of doing it. You never know where education is gonna help you or support you. I also say going to school does not always mean I'm going to school to get a good job. It could be expanding your knowledge, it's just real. I remember in my criminology classes, just sitting in there and listening people's point of view and arguing different point of view. Like, you learn to respect other people's point
Point
of
of view.
view and where they come from, because the path I have walked is not the same path you have walked.
Yes.
So understanding why are they saying this and where are they coming from, putting yourself in other people's shoes, so that helps you to be open-minded. So education, there's so much to education than just going to school. I feel like our community is always, go to school to get a good job, a better job, but there's so more to education than just getting a good job. Like,
And the one thing I realized about education is once you're educated, you tend to think, to perceive somebody else's point of view.
yeah.
And they understand where they're coming from.
Yeah, you are not defensive about it.
Yes.
Yeah, because a lot of people, when you're giving your point of view, they're defensive about it. This is my experience. I'm not saying agree with it or it's true.
I'm just telling you the facts.
Yeah, those are my facts. Like,
Yeah.
kind of thing.
Yeah, no. And that's actually true. And speaking about education, we're not gonna take too long. I know you're a busy lady, and so speak about education. Tell us a little bit about your organization.
I founded an organization called Speak Undefeated. It's a non-profit organization. We work with the youth and single mothers in Uganda, especially women who have went through child marriage. We help them to be able to start their own businesses. They do different businesses, farming, doing hair, having their own salons, having their own shops. It depends what they want to do. We sit with them. We tell them this is how much we can offer you. And I'm grateful for that. I have learned so much. I think if also going back to Uganda and learning the system and learning how things go,
Works.
it has been a journey. It has been a lot. It has been a journey. Even like my own team, I'm grateful for my Ugandan team. This would not be possible without them. Always standing and showing up. That has really meant a lot. We also provide scholarships, sponsorships to the kids. We find people here who are interested in going to school. Then, we find people here interested to sponsor kids to go to school. Then we partner with them. We show them, we basically bring them together. They meet the student, they meet them, their sponsors. Then later on, we go in Uganda with them to visit the kids, see what the impact they're doing in their lives. So
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. That's good. So you say, because I want to get into all the structure things that you went through, right?
Yeah.
But you mentioned your Ghanaian team. Can you explain a little bit more? Like, do you have a team in Ghana? And the organization is based on everywhere or just?
So right now we are only focused in Uganda. The western part of Uganda is called Toroko district. Those are the people we work with. Yes, we do have a specific team in Uganda that helps and work with us. We are hoping in the future to expand more in other parts of Uganda or other countries. But for now, that's just our main focus.
Uganda.
Yeah, Uganda.
Okay. And what made you start the organization? I know you wanted to help, but most people, when we think about helping, you're like, hey, take this and go give to these people. What made you start organization?
I think when I came here, I remember in 2016, I finally started working. I've got my first job. I was in 10th grade, and I was working at the University of Utah in the summer, and I was working in the chemistry department. I was doing research on, on chemical particles. And I remember just getting my first check, and I was like, what do I use this money for? And I just started supporting people back home. I started with my friends that I went to church with, and here and there helped one woman start her own business in Kampala. Those are the people I started with. When COVID hit, a lot of people were reaching out for help and support.
Oh, wow.
I was just a freshman year in college, and I was like, how can I help, or how can we step into it? And that's how Speak Undefeated was born. I reached out to my mentors, to the people who I trusted, and starting the process. My friends who helped me write all the articles, preparing registration and everything. So that's how it was born. what inspired it? The two women, Karungi Mary and Florence Tabareka, my like grandma. Those are two women who raised me and supported me in a lot of things.
Here in the United States?
No, back home.
Back home.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they were my motivation. They have always encouraged me to get education, get educated, sacrifice so much for me to be who I am today. And I was like, this would be a great honor to give back to the community and honor them with everything they have done.
Okay,
So,
that's actually good. Most of us, when we don't really have that mindset of helping, to see a young woman like yourself, because you're still young, to be able to do some stuff like that is very commendable, you know. And let me just say, I'm proud of you for that, because I've thought about something like that, but I have no courage of doing it. I don't even know where to go. And that's why I was very curious to know, like, how, because I know another friend of mine has non-profit organization in Burundi as well. And he was telling me the challenge he went through it.
oof.
So I was like, you know what? I have a perfect person to ask, because I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people in America who want to start helping back home, right? But they don't know how, especially some of us who were talking earlier, we've been here for a long time. We don't know how we can just go back and start a nonprofit organization. So what is the challenge that you faced in your process of starting?
The organization?
Yes.
First and foremost, starting it as a freshman year, I had a lot of doubts. I didn't know. People doubted me. Let me just put it that way. I was advised it should be run under a different organization, like a much older organization that has been going on around, they know it, and things like that. I said no. I pushed it on my own. Not on my own. I had like people supporting me, advising
you have a team,
me.
yeah.
Yeah, but I refused to go under another organization. I was like, no, I think this is in Uganda, different part of like the world, and this area we're working in, people have never really been there. And like, I was like, let's start slow. We'll go slow, but it does not, I always say it does not matter what road you take as long as you get home.
Get there.
Yeah, and as long, it does not matter how long you take on the road, as long as you get there. But my challenges, first foremost, finding the right people to work with, trusting people.
That's the most important part. People don't understand how
that was
the
so
part of having the right people.
Yeah, that was so hard. To be like, okay, when I'm not here, who can fully represent? And I chose the people who I knew, like, if they could not get hold of me for a week,
they can make the right decision.
Yeah, they can make the right decision and keep pushing forward. Like, those are the like things that I kept asking and questioning myself. And I remember when I went back to Uganda and starting registration on that side, that was a whole dance.
What happened?
That was a whole dance. Like, they make it so hard. It's not like straightforward like here in the United States. They make it so hard for you to be able to register it. Like, you have to hope different offices and things like that. We really had to hire a lawyer to
Wow.
finish the.
So it's that hard?
registration. Yes. So a lawyer had to step in.
And and that's Uganda, right?
That's Uganda.
Someone told me Uganda is the easiest place to register your business organization in East Africa. So if you're saying that means
my own experience, maybe this is a non-profit organization because you have to register it as a business. Then you have to go ahead and turn it to a non-profit organization. Like, they have different offices that you have to go into. Maybe just a business itself, but we had to take multiple steps for it to be fully registered.
Okay.
So that was an interesting thing.
Did you ever run into instance where the money that was allocated to help people disappear?
Yes. Of course, like, you question certain things, like, then you have to talk to the team. Like, you gotta, like, here's the one thing I feel like I needed to understand whenever I'm communicating with my team here. It's not the same way I'm going to communicate with my team in Uganda. It has to be different. I think with the Ugandan team, I have to be more understanding. I have to be more patient. I think the journey of being a leader and a founder, learning patience, learning to work with different people, and seeing, okay, this is how this person runs, or this is how they work, and study the people you're working with, and be like, okay, if I do this, this is how the team is gonna react. Like always, also the one thing is always letting them have a voice in decisions.
Okay.
Like, okay, be like, hey guys, this is what I want to do. What do you all think? Then hear from all of them, their point of view and where they're coming from. Because I left Uganda was little. I was not even aware of like registering or all these
Nothing.
taxes.
And you were a refugee.
Yes, and I am learning as I go. And these are the people who have been there for a while. They know the systems. Maybe they have dealt with them, maybe they have none. Maybe they have had people who have dealt with those. So, being patient, I think definitely you question. You had to let some people go as you go along the way if they're not aligning with the mission. You really have to explain, this is what I'm doing. Like, be patient, because like it's quite a journey. It's really a journey. It's a lot. You have to be patient. You have to be able to understand people with different backgrounds and where they come from, all those stuff.
Okay. Okay. What is one thing that you know now that you wish you knew before you start your organization?
One thing I know now, I think I wish I had funding, like at the beginning. I feel like, because they tell you gotta at least collect funding to pay your employees for about maybe 2 years ahead before you start.
Oh.
So I wish I knew that. And for me, everything was like watching YouTube, Googling, reaching out to my mentors, be like, okay, this is what I want to do. How do I go about it? I was so blessed. One of my mentors did run a nonprofit organization for about maybe 16 years or even more.
Oh, wow.
Like she ran Planned Parenthood, so she knew how like non-profit organization sectors do work. So she really, really helped, and some of them were sitting on different boards and things like that. Also, I have one who board member as well. She worked in Uganda. She lived in Uganda for a while. So she also helping my team here understand how the Uganda state system works. I had so much trouble like trying to make them understand, okay, this is how Uganda works, we gotta be patient. Like passing that information
So
on.
they don't feel like they're being scammed.
Yeah, that was also very hard to translate, because I was learning myself and now I'm trying to translate it back to the people. I'm like, guys, this is what's happening. So patience is the key for sure.
How long is your organization be around?
So officially 2021, but I started, as I said, supporting people and helping 2016. But then as an organization, I would see 2020.
Oh wow! So it's been around for a while.
Yeah.
So you've what type of mistake did you find yourself made during your process of running?
Emotions. Let me tell you, I think I took rejections from like companies that I wanted to partner with, people like personally. Like it would be personal.
To be like, why?
Like,
What's so
why
wrong?
don't you want to help?
Yes.
But then I needed to take a step back and be like, okay, this is not about me, first and foremost. Companies have their own missions, their own values, and you find a lot of companies want the funding to stay within the United States. And you kind of have to find, also is who you know within the business. You got to do a lot of networking. So definitely emotions was a big one, learning how to take that apart. And also being a young person in the business does not help either. A lot of people think you don't know what you're doing. And but you just gotta keep going. You'll find people who will believe and see the potential, see the passion.
Yeah.
Consistency is the key.
Consistency is the key. Once you're
Yeah.
consistent, people will start realize, oh, this person is serious.
Yeah, I think people are always watching. You never know who's watching, who's listening. So just do stuff. I would say just keep going. People are always listening and watching.
Okay.
You never know who's out there
And,
looking or trying to help and support you.
And so how do you guys find the people that seems like they need help?
So we have a church that we have partnered with. There's a pastor who reached out. He was already supporting a few kids. Yeah, a few kids who we ended up taking on as well, and within schools as we, because we have clubs in schools, as we talk to different people, they kind of like point out, then we see their situations, then we visit them, kind of thing, to make sure these are people really
That
need
need
the
help.
help and support. Yeah, and when we're in a group setting, talking, listening, you always, a lot of kids share their stories, like we kind of like tap into the issues the community is facing. How do you turn this into businesses? Why does these issues should not exist anymore? Like why people started it in the first place. So looking at the history, hitting the root of certain issues, and kind of helping those kids understand it, and also providing funding to be able, okay, now go ahead, present your project and see how, if we can support you, or if this project can help the community as well.
Okay.
So,
Okay. That's actually good. It's a good thing that you're helping. And so when you say, so how many students or how many family women, I mean family, like how many women, you guys help? How many do you help per year?
per year,
Yeah.
it all varies with our funding. It could be 5 per year. It could be 10 per year. So it just depends. With students, we choose student every other year. I think our main thing right now, we have people on waiting list. The moment we get funding, that we see, okay, we can add in people and keep going, we'll add
And
on.
those waiting
So-
lists, is it like for funds or for education, or what is it for?
Education, of course, we gotta find funding to help and support these people. And every year, of course, we have our events and kind of things
Okay.
to keep going. We could add in any student 1 or 2 per year, or even more. It just depends. We are really young organization, starting out slowly. I think also starting as a student. I myself, as a person, I'm still growing, learning. They say your 20s are hard, so I'm in my 20s figuring certain things out. So yeah, but I have had a great teams. I'm grateful for great teams. I've had my teams have really shown up in different ways. Our board have supported, so for sure, yeah. You always find the right people to work and stand by you on your journey.
That's true. That's true, and that's good. And if someone want to help, how can they help? If they live abroad, like here,
Like here,
yeah.
you could choose sponsor kid. We sit down.
No, I mean like helping your organization.
Here,
Yes.
you can help us with event volunteering. If you work with a company that you think they would be open to like donate.
And how do they know? Like it's online? How does
Yeah,
it
they
work?
can donate online.
Do you have a website?
Yes, we do have a website. Our website is www.speakundefeated.org, and social media as well. You can reach throughout there. If you know there's event happening that you would like for me to come speak at, that's a way you could support us. Yeah, there's a lot of ways you could join. Like, if your company does do match donations, you could donate and they can match whatever you donated as well. So there's all those things that you could do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So for those of us who work in corporate America right now, if your organization can do donation, I know some of our organization do help. Please make sure you take. You don't have a business card, do you?
No, but you could find me on, so our website does have most of the stuff you need.
Okay.
Email, like our tax number, EN. Also, my Instagram is undefeated_UG. So on there you can find an email, phone number, those kind of things. So
Yeah.
be able
If you
to
wanna help, or if your company you think can help, please make sure you reach out, and so we can help the kids back home. For those of us who live that kind of life, I understand what exactly she's talking about, but for you guys, you might not understand. So we're gonna take a little break, and we're gonna come back, and we'll see you.
Okay.